Good morning, everybody. Well, today was interesting. I had to get up about 6:30 this morning. Thought we were going to be taking Cheyenne to school this morning, which I did. I walked her all the way up to the schoolhouse and found out there was no school today, that they don't start again till tomorrow. I was not the only parent who was trying to take their kid to school today. One parent even said that she was going to have to find some other arrangements for a babysitter because she had to go to work. So I really feel sorry for those parents who were in that situation. The school calendar said that school resumed today, so that was what happened. That was why there was confusion. And Cheyenne I just checked on her. It was too quiet. Apparently she's going right back off to sleep for a while. But the main reason for this video, I wanted to make a video response to Glad Laugh's video about, kids, or to the young people. It's more specifically towards the young people. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's do this one, just for the heck of it. Sensitive thing here. Actually, I will kind of read some of my comments. Yeah, the name of it is Young People Help a Dad Out by Glad Left. My response to Glad Left was that, sadly, Glad, I'm afraid it's not just the kids, but I believe it's the fault of the parents who have never grown up. Parents have become very selfish also. I think it could have started when kids started having kids. I think of like my cousin, she was 15 when she had her oldest, and she really, not that this is the case with all young people that have had kids very young. I think it's, everybody matures at a different time. Some people don't even mature till they're 50, 60 years old. But for the majority, though, I'd have to say that was the case. Kids having kids, they're just not really ready to be a parent yet. They still want to, be a teenager and go out with their friends, and they're more ready to shove the child over to their grandmother while they go do their thing. And the kids, what happens to the kids as a result when they don't feel like their mom really wants them, and things like that. And I also brought up, as a parent, we can do the best we can, and kids are still going to rebel. That's a given. How much worse for the children whose parents are not doing their very best at all. So, there's some other comments I made. Let me see. I'm going to share what was said first. I like what Miss Jinxie said too. I think there's a lot of great answers. Nobody I disagreed with, but I just had to add to. Here's one of them. Says, these kids these days believe that experience is the best teacher. Like if they get dogged the first time, that's the last time. They will get dogged. I think parents just need to step up and stop trying to be your child's friend. I understand that times have changed, things are heated up, but really to me the way to solve a problem back in the day still works today. Kids are making excuses, and so are parents. Let's step up and stop babying each other. Our lives depend on it. I had to add that some might be trying to be the child's friend, but what I see a lot of in our neighborhood is the parents are too busy drinking, drugging, and partying to be parents. They don't know where their second and fourth grader is, or what they're doing sometimes. The kids are not teaching them because they're too busy being kids themselves. I see this a lot in our neighborhood. Parents don't put a whole lot of effort towards their kids. They don't really know what their kids doing. Their young kids are going off down the street, walking all over the neighborhood, and meanwhile the parents sitting home just drinking, smoking, got their friends over all the time, and they don't know what their kids are doing. Meanwhile, the kids are over at this one's house breaking a window, or they're over at someone else's house being disrespectful, stealing somebody's stuff, and if you say anything, oh no, not my kid, oh no, The teachers said that they were rather surprised that I was one of the few parents who acknowledged or accepted the fact that my daughter, did something wrong. Yeah, because I know my daughter. She pulls the same stuff with us at home, or something similar, or the way she reacts when she gets in trouble for doing it. I spend time with my daughter. I'm maybe one of the few anymore that is old school, and like Glad said, that was raised to be that way, respect your adults and whatnot. And even if, you did not really respect them, you didn't agree with them because of the reasons that he said, they did something illegal, immoral, whatever, you still, but I still think it falls back to the parents, the fault of the parents. Let's see, there's something else here. Okay, same person. She said, or they said, I was just thinking this morning about the lack of communication between young people and adults in their lives. It's sad. Parents are afraid of stifling or being too overprotective to say anything to their kids. And the kids don't want their parents knowing anything. That's typical teenagers too. Don't want their parents knowing anything. But want them to bail them out of jail and fix their mistakes. We got to do better. This is what I added. Some parents are not talking to their kids because they're being too overprotective. They are not answering questions and using the opportunity to talk to their kids. One of my nieces is asking her grandma personal questions, and we're wondering why at 8 years old she is asking them. The reason we're wondering why she has asked them is because we are wondering why her mother has not already discussed this. The situation I'm bringing up is, it's a womanly thing. Something that a mother should be talking to her daughter about. And we're wondering why she hasn't, maybe asked her mother all this by now. I'd go into more detail, but I think, ladies, you know what I mean. Daughters are going to ask you questions about certain things, and so I tell my 5-year-old straight up when she asks me. I don't sugarcoat anything. Now, this is where I kind of get not so much specific, but us overall. I don't sugarcoat anything with my daughter about strangers, about why she shouldn't run off from me in the store, and why she shouldn't go outside by herself, and things like that as well, not just the mother-daughter stuff. All in all, my daughter still does not have a sense of danger, even with my mother telling us straight up when we were kids about things. My sister and I still made bad choices. How much worse is it going to be for my niece, who is left naive, all because her mother thought she was protecting her? Like I said, overall, Glad left. I think that it's not just the kids. Like we said, the kids are still going to rebel, so on and so on. But I think it falls back to the parents. There's a lot of issues with the parents, and it stems from that.